Good morning. Oh, hello. Hello. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Jonathan Zenz. I'm the spiritual director here. Pleasure to have you join us this beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. Great to have you in the room. Hello. Let's get the groove going with some new shoes.
Woke up cold one Tuesday, looking tired and I'm feeling sick. I felt like there was something missing in my day-to-day life. So I quickly opened the wardrobe, pulled out some jeans and a t-shirt that seemed clean, topped it off with a pair of old shoes that were ripped around the seams. And I thought, these shoes just don't suit me. Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. Well, short on money but long on time. Slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine, and I'm running late and I don't need an excuse, 'cause I'm wearing my brand new shoes. Woke up late one Thursday, seeing stars as I'm rubbing my eyes, and I felt like there were 2 days missing as I focused on the time. Then I made my way to the kitchen, but I had to stop from the shock of what I found. A room full of all of my friends all dancing round and round. And I thought, hello new shoes, bye-bye blues. Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. Well, short on money but long on time. Slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine, and I'm running late and I don't need an excuse, 'cause I'm wearing my brand new shoes. Take me wandering through these streets where bright lights and angels meet. Stone to stone to take me on. I'm walking till the break of dawn. Take me wandering through these streets where bright lights and angels meet. Stone to stone to take me on. I'm walking till the break of dawn. Hey, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. Well, short on money but long on time. Slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine, and I'm running late and I don't need an excuse, 'cause I'm wearing my brand new shoes. Hey, yeah, I put some new shoes on and suddenly everything's right. I said, hey, I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling. It's so inviting. Well, short on money but long on time. Slowly strolling in the sweet sunshine, and I'm running late and I don't need an excuse, 'cause I'm wearing my brand new shoes.
Patrol and the Queen Street Band. Oh, how is everyone this morning? That was a great response. Love that. I love it when the energy just like comes at me. So have the energy come at me. How is everyone today? Yes, welcome. I'm so grateful that you're all here. Grateful to have everyone joining us online. for this beautiful celebration this morning. We celebrate every Sunday as a spiritual community. We celebrate an idea that there's only one energy, one thing going on in the entire universe, and that thing is love. It's love. It's simply love. Now, love is a pretty abstract idea, right? So we look to make it a little more concrete and use it in our lives more and more and more and more every single day. So that's what we stand for here at the Center for Spiritual Living, where our vision statement is love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. And who you are is an embodiment of this very love we speak of. So we have some beautiful practitioners in our midst. Practitioners are people who have trained themselves to be of high consciousness and to work with you, our community, in whatever it is that you're working on. So today, to lead us in wisdom and inspiration, I am going to invite our practitioner of the day, Fred Wimet.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. And good morning, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, everybody here. Welcome, everybody online. Thank you for bringing your consciousness to this sacred space and the sacred space that's in here. Thank you for bringing your consciousness. I was thinking about it. There's no denying it. We're moving toward the holiday season. Really? Trees are up. Lights are being lit. Music is being played. And for some of us, we go into this kicking and screaming and fighting the entire way. Some people relate to that, I guess. For me, Christmas is my most favorite time of year. I love the gathering of family and friends. I love the whole atmosphere of it. However, the holidays can be a little stressful, maybe have a little conflict. Does anybody ever experience that over a holiday period? It's important that we have a strategy. It's important that we put something in our little toolkit. And so I've developed a strategy to help me when it comes to conflict over any period of time. And if it works for you, that's great. So here's how I deal with situations that occur. I think about, what is my intention? What is my intention in every situation? What is my desired outcome? What is it that I want to experience? What is the resolution to this situation? And I always go back to my intention is love. Now, I have a lifetime of experience in dealing with conflict situations. My father's family were great lesson teachers in this. Well, I'll give you an example. My father's family, they loved each other. There was no question that they loved each other. But they spent most of their adult life not speaking with each other. Here's an example how that might go. So I grew up in French River, right on the river, and so did my father's family. And then a lot of them moved to the city, and some of the siblings who moved to the city had cottages and trailers up there. So here's how the situation might have unfolded. Uncle Al had to leave early, so he went to visit Uncle Leo. And he had to leave early, so he didn't have time to visit all of his other brothers and sisters. So my father would phone Uncle Leo, and Uncle Leo would say, "Hey, Al stopped in to see me." And my father would say, "He stopped in to see you and didn't stop in to see me. What's the matter? Am I not good enough?" And then Uncle Al would arrive in the city and call Uncle Leo to let him know that he arrived. And he'd say, "Hi, Leo, I arrived." And Uncle Leo would say, "Morris, my father, is really upset with you." So Uncle Al would call my father and say, "Morris, how dare you be upset with me? I had to get back in a hurry." My father said, "What, I'm not good enough to come and see?" And they may not have spoken for a long time after that. I think about that because I think about, what if my father had taken a breath? What if they'd taken like a deep breath? Maybe none of that would have been necessary. What if my father would have said, "Al, what I really want is to spend time with you because I really like spending time with you." Or better yet, what if he said, "Brother, I love you, and if you had to leave in a hurry and not stop by, you must have really had something on your mind." Because in reality, that's what he felt. He just didn't think about the intention that he had in that. Ultimately, what he was saying is that he didn't want to fight with his brother. What he wanted to say is, "I want to give you love, and I want to feel loved." Imagine if he could have turned that around. We teach in this philosophy the law of cause and effect. If we get clear on our intention, the desired outcome must appear for the highest good of everyone. We also teach that the past is no precedence for the future. Good news, because you can change your intentions today. at any given moment. You can change your intention. In the book, The Four Agreements, the 7th chapter, Don Miguel Ruiz talks about heaven on earth. And it's great. He has this whole series on imagine. And one of the things that he says in his Imagine series is, this is the one that I love and resonates with me. It says, imagine that you have permission to be happy and to really enjoy your life. Your life is free from conflict of yourself and from others. Love that. I create my own imagine. And I say, imagine if your intention was love only. What could transpire? If we entered all challenging situations from that place of love, imagine what we could create. Imagine. So as we enter the holiday season, ask yourself, is it the food, the presents, the decorations, the dinners? Maybe. But I'll invite you to think of this. The most important element that you can bring to that, all of those, is love. It is who and what we are. Decide right now. Set your holiday intention to love only. Namaste. So I have an affirmation for you today, for us, all of us. So I'll say it once and then I invite you to repeat it with me. It's on your song sheets. Love is my intention, and my intention is my word. Together. Love is my intention, and my intention is love. Is my word too. One more time, and this time I promise I'll say it with you the same way. Here we go. Love is my intention, and my intention is my word. Thank you.
Perfect. Take a breath. Really soak that in. Love is my intention. My intention is my word. And what we know in this philosophy is our word creates our reality. Our word creates our reality. So let us all create from love here today and always. It's perfect that the chant we're doing today was a chant that was born out of the Circle of Love gathering on Vancouver Island about a month ago. It is about simply settling in and resonating with the very energy of love. Take a breath. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am.
I trust and know that right here, right now, there is one thing going on, one light, one love, one source, one divine energy. And I call it love. I call it life force. And I recognize that life force in each and every one of us. We are all that life force, flowing like the river with the current, arriving at our perfect destination. We are all, each and every one of us, ordained in every moment with the choices we make. Our mind is a powerful tool, and as we use it for good, so too does good show up for each and every one of us. We are love. We are light. And so too is every single individual that we meet, and we are all connected to this divine source that lets us know our greatness, the who of who we are. The road to heaven is paved with good intention. Live in that energy, always in this moment, right here, right now. I am grateful for the presence of this truth, for the light of each and every person, and for the love that flows through each and every one of us. I am grateful for this, and I release it to the law, knowing that it is done, that immutable law that only knows to do. And together we say, and so it is.
I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping down, surrendering to the truth of who I am, 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 to the truth of who I am. Down, I am dropping down. I am dropping down. I am dropping down. I am dropping down.
Thank you, Fred. Just take that energy. Take it all in. Breathe it all in. Songwriting is something that I have tried my hand at. I'm a terrible songwriter. Right now, I don't affirm that that will be my reality forever. Someday I'm going to write a great song. The reason I think of songwriting is because that song was written by Amy Bishop and Gary Lynn Floyd and Karen Drucker when we were at the conference. The three of them worked on that and developed that together at the conference. And the song that we're doing as our feature song today is by Ian Axel and Chad King, who are A Great Big World. And I've been talking about A Great Big World all year long because I freaking love them. Anyway, so we're going through their entire catalog of music. And Tanis and Pierre contacted me this week, and they said that they wanted to do this song, and I said, have at it. And so here is Shorty Don't Wait, Tanis Burnett and the Queen Street Band.
Shorty, don't wait in line. Shorty, don't wait till the sun don't shine. Shorty, don't wait in line. Shorty, don't wait till your life goes by. When your heart don't feel like dancing, I'll be there to give you mine. When you lose that happy feeling, I will lift your spirits high. Shorty, don't wait in line. Shorty, don't wait till the sun don't shine. Shorty, don't wait in line. Shorty, don't wait till your life goes by. And all those people who have hurt you, they ain't worth your precious time. When there's no one you can turn to, I'll be right there by your side. Shorty, don't wait in line. Shorty, don't wait till the sun don't shine. Shorty, don't wait in line. Shorty, don't wait till your life goes by. Take that weight off of your shoulders so you can rest your head on mine. When you feel like starting over, don't think twice, yeah, it's alright, yeah, it's alright. Shorty, don't wait in line. Shorty, don't wait till the sun don't shine. Shorty, don't wait in line. Shorty, don't wait till your life goes by. Shorty, don't wait in line. No, shorty, don't wait. Shorty, don't wait till the sun don't shine. Shorty, don't wait in line. No, shorty, don't wait. Shorty, don't wait till your life goes by.
And the Queen Street Band. Shorty, don't wait. Satanis sent me in the email in the exchange, well, it might have been messaging, I don't remember. Whether we were text messaging or email, the form doesn't matter. What matters was the sentiment and what she said. She says, this is perfect for the topic this week. And then I started listening to this song, and I started thinking, how? like, okay, is there... No, I've worked it out. I've totally worked it out. First of all, what is the sentiment of the song? Don't wait. Don't wait. But I started thinking about, like, who are they talking to? Shorty. Shorty. I'm like, who is Shorty? You have to come up here now. Because they have to see it on video. They have to see it on the video, right? So it was just called out that Helen was Shorty. You're not Shorty. You are a spiritual giant, just like we all are. Here's what I have come to realize in thinking about this song a lot this week. Shorty is that place within each and every one of us where we might feel diminished. And today, the message is to let that go. Let it go. Let it go. We don't need to feel diminished in any capacity. We don't need to feel diminished in any way because we are all spiritual giants. This is my whole new thing, right? Right? We are all spiritual giants because we are all imbued with the energy of spirit because that's the only thing that is. The only thing that exists is spirit, love, that energy of creation. That's all there is. And when we, oh my gosh, when we get it, how many of you have gotten it yet? Wow, that was, okay, I'm seeing more hands go up. Clearly, I have a lot more work to do. When we really get it, boy, does life get better. Life changes. Life just changes for the good. And isn't that what we are all seeking? We're all seeking for that. We're all seeking for that good, that flow of good, that flow of love, that flow of life, the flow of light in everything. Isn't that what we're seeking? Yes. So, you know how you find it? Decide that you have found it now and live from that perspective, from that point of view. Because here's the thing, you're not going to derive it from the world. It is you who is bringing it to the world. Right on. Yeah. Yeah. So if there's any place where you feel diminished, don't wait. Stand up and say, yes, I am here. I am a spiritual giant, and I am taking myself to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. I'm going to live from love, love only, love only. Woo! You know what? When the Spirit flows, it just flows. So I don't know what you read this week. Here's my problem with what was read this week, with what was offered for this week. And I get it, because I talk about the concept of immortality. Really, this week is about immortality and the eternality of life. And it is all wrapped up in this concept of wholeness, which is what this month's theme has been all about, the concept of wholeness. But the notes that were offered for this week were pretty depressing. It was all about, when we make that transition, when we have that death experience and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to talk about death. I want to talk about life. That's all I'm interested in. I'm only interested in life. And you know what? When I get interested and involved in my life, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I apologize for that. It's like I'm Gallagher, except it's not watermelons, but you should all have like a tarp. That was so out of left field. I am interested in life because when I get interested and involved in life, then I don't fear death. And I think a lot of people, now this is rhetorical, just check in to that place within. Do you fear death? You shouldn't. You shouldn't, because you know what? What we experience as death is an illusion, because there's no such thing as death. There's only transformation. There's only transition to whatever the next experience of infinite life is. And that's part of the wholeness paradigm. So today's topic is, the idea is pulled straight from the Declaration of Principles by Ernest Holmes, where he wrote in 1927, "We believe in the eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding." And so we're simply on the soul's journey of expansion. This is a part of our soul's journey of expansion. Each of us individualized as a community. This is part of the community soul expansion, because you can't limit it in any way. The minute we limit, I actually wrote something down while you were speaking. The minute we limit our idea of an outcome is the minute that outcome can only unfold in that limited way. Right? And a lot of us approach this philosophy because what we teach, when you first come into a Science of Mind class, when you first come into Science of Mind 100, we typically are entertaining the idea that we can create our experience, right? And we can create our experience. But far too many people are coming to that with an idea of what they want their experience to be, and it's far too limited. Let us open up to the understanding that putting our focus on love allows only love to show up in in infinite ways. If we think love comes to us only from this one particular line of thinking and this one particular, okay, I'm going to narrow myself into this little pathway, you know what? You're going to be in for some heartbreak. You're going to be in for some heartbreak. Bust the doors down. Don't wait. Do it now. Bust the doors down. Whew. So, today is really much more about living than it is about anything else. And today, absolutely, I got it. It took me a while. You know, I am the spiritual director, but sometimes it takes me a little longer than everyone else, and that's okay. I got there. I got there. So, here's my question. What are you waiting for? That's rhetorical. What are you waiting for? What is the catalyst? What is it going to take to have a catalyst for you to move forward with living your passion? Because I think far too many of us are not living our passion. But you know what? That's okay, so I'm going to talk about our conversation. Robert and I had a quick conversation right before the celebration today, and we were talking about the idea of, you know, geographic location and how you can go someplace and you can really love it, and then you can go some other place and you really love it, and then you can go some other place and you can really love it. And it might confuse you because, you know, well, where do I go? If I love all these places, where do I go? And I say, you know what? I said to him, you know what? It's not the place that you're deriving the love from. It's you bringing the love to the place. I loved Los Angeles when I lived there. I would never live there again. I mean, no offense. It's not for me. But I do know that when I visit, I bring the love with me there. That's my choice. That's my choice. I fell in love with Toronto in 1997. And I knew there was something in me that knew. I said, you know what? I'm going to live there someday. I'm going to live there someday. Yes, I'm a U.S. citizen. I don't know how I'm going to live there, but I'm going to live there someday. It's going to happen. I was an actor. I'm like, well, unless a show takes me there, and somehow I get permanent residency or something from that show, I don't really see how it's going to unfold. See, but there was a limited idea in how I thought I might get here. And so I lived with that limited idea for a very long time. Well, wouldn't you know it, I had to unlimit myself to recreate my whole sense of who I am. And what did it do? Hello. I live here now. And it was your choice 5 years ago today when you took the vote to bring me here as the spiritual director. Did you know today's your anniversary? It's your anniversary. Yes. Called a special meeting of the membership, and there it was. And I remember standing on stage at the Assistance League Playhouse in Hollywood, California, which is where the NoHo Arts Center for New Thought was doing their services on Sunday. And my phone rings, my iPhone, and it's a 416 number. And all I remember is that I answered the phone while I was standing there, and you were, because, you know, it's 3 hours later there, so we were setting up for service. You were already complete. And there was a roar on the other end. I'm so grateful for that phone call. It changed my entire life. And yet I always knew I was going to be here. All right, that's a whole other story. So what is the catalyst for moving forward in your life of passion? That's the question right now. What is the catalyst for moving forward with your life of passion? You know what the catalyst is? Your decision. There is nothing that's going to set flame to you. Yes, and I do kind of mean it that way, right? There's nothing that's going to, okay, I'm going to say it. There's nothing that's going to set fire under your, other than your decision to make it so. It's a choice. It's absolutely a choice. If you do not make that choice, then you're going to sit back in the choice you have made, which is to live a life of no choice. How fun is that? Not fun. When we look at the circumstances, we can feel overrun by the circumstances and believe that we have no choice in the matter. when we look only at the circumstances. I have to say it again. When we look only at the circumstances, we can feel overrun by them and believe we have no choice in the matter. We always, always, always have choice. We can look to truth with a capital T, the infinite loving truth, the infinite loving energy, the infinite creative energy. When we look to that, we don't have to wait. We can step into action and do so from an open heart. Ernest Holmes writes this: nature, I love this, it's in the Science of Mind book. Nature will not let us stay in any one place too long. Nature will not let us stay in any one place too long. She will let us stay just long enough to gather the experience necessary to the unfolding and advancement of the soul. Should we stay here too long, we would become too set, too rigid, too inflexible. Nature demands the change in order that we may advance. So another question to consider. Again, it's rhetorical. I could just imagine all the hands going up on this one. Well, let me tell you. To what degree do you live your life in a place of inflexibility? And are you willing to let that inflexible nature go right now? Are you willing to let it go right now? Because this is the moment. This is the moment to make the decision, to step into being flow with nature, with love, to let that inflexible thing go away. You don't need it. None of us need that. None of us need that. So, life is eternal. Life is eternal. That's the E in the IE part of today's talk. Eternal, right? For those of you who may wonder, because I know it was a very obtuse talk title this week. It was very obtuse. And I had a discussion with Helen this week. I said, you know what? I'm so tired of coming up with talk titles. Because I just want to say what I want to say. That should be my talk for next week. I just want to say what I want to say. There's a song, you're right. I just want to say what I want to say. All right, I got to write that down because that may be the hit song of the century. And it's on video now, so nobody can steal that idea from me. So IE, do you remember Internet Explorer? There was a web browser. I'm a computer geek. Actually, my first job when I lived in New York City after I finished theater school was to go work for a software company. And it was in 1997. So this is really at the beginning of the explosion of the internet. So I was working at a software company. It was an internet-based company, and I had to do, among many other things, learn how to program, do some programming. I learned how to program in Lotus Notes, which I don't think anybody uses that anymore. I also learned HTML at that point, which is the code for building websites. Anyway, so those kinds of abbreviations, IE and blah, 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 this, that, the other thing, they all became very much part of my brain system. So IE 2.0. 2.0 is the release, right? It's the second release. Well, you work in computers, right? So as things develop, as things unfold, as new technologies are born, every release of a new software comes up with another number, basically, on the end. So we're going to talk about the 2.0 aspect of it a little bit later, but I want to talk about I. Remember E? What is E? Eternal, eternality, whatever you want to say. It is eternal. Makes me wonder what's happening in the back row. So the I part of our system, of our software, is immortality. Immortal, we are eternal. Now, I'm going to talk about how I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that we are immortal. You ready? Because is there anyone who maybe doubts that we are immortal? because we perceive our life in these limited terms of the human experience. Let go of that right now. I'm going to tell you how we are immortal. There's only one thing going on. One thing and one thing only. That's the energy of creation. That is what we call God. It is love, whatever you're going to call it, spirit, the infinite whole, whatever you're going to call it, doesn't matter the name we give it. It is an energy of creation. We're all part of this energy. Energy never can be destroyed. Now, if that's all there is the energy of creation, that means that must be what we are. Ultimately, we are the energy of creation embodied as form. If it can never be destroyed, when we shuffle off this mortal coil, thank you, Shakespeare. I knew my actor training would come in handy someday. Actually, it came in handy for a good 2 decades. I was a pretty successful theater actor. When we shuffle off this mortal coil, what happens? The energy doesn't cease to be. It simply becomes some other expression of itself. That's how I know we are immortal. This is never ending. It is never ceasing. It's an infinite unfolding of the self as life. Gosh, I get so excited by this stuff. Energy can never be destroyed. It can only be changed. It can only be changed. And so, unlimit the thoughts right now. Make a decision to unlimit the thoughts. We are unlimited. We are immortal, eternal energy. Yes, we are. Babies know. They know. They know. She's okay. Hi, Alana. So, if we are immortal and eternal, and we never die, why are we so obsessed with that transition? A lot of us can be very obsessed with it. A lot of people think about it a lot, that transition. We're all going to make the transition. Just accept it. We're all going to make that transition someday. It's going to happen. I was about to say, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm really enjoying this incarnation. So I'm not really looking forward to it, but I know that it's going to happen someday. But I'm loving this experience of life that I'm having right now. So today the call is to give in to life. Just abandon ourselves into the expression of life. Commit to being a new version of the self. There's the 2.0. Here's the deal. Whatever we are experiencing is based on the programming that we have installed. First and foremost, that was operating system 1.0. If you're ready to take the next step, you must step into a new operating system. You know what that means? It means you must let go of what no longer works and replace the programming with something that does work. Step into the 2.0 part of life. Does this all make sense? Yeah. The way we do that, and I'm grateful, Fred, you read my mind. You talked about the toolbox, right? And we talk about our toolbox for living, our toolbox for spiritual living, a lot. More than anything, what I am interested in within this community is teaching practical tools for spiritual living. That's what I'm interested in. I love you all. I'm less interested in doing Sunday mornings. I'm going to still do them. But I'm less interested in doing Sunday mornings. I'm much more interested in saying, you know what? You can use this. Get into class, and we can teach you how to put this into practice in your life. You can do that on Sunday mornings too. So if Sunday mornings is what appeals to you, please, please, please. But the practical tools for spiritual living allow us to step into the active participation of the unfoldment of our lives. That's what we call spiritual growth. It allows us to step into actively participating in evolution, our own personal evolution. Evolution doesn't just happen. Evolution happens because evolution must happen. When something is required to change, it will change. That's evolution. If it has to change, it will. But if we step back and we say, oh, I'm just going to let life, you're not going to grow. You don't grow from that. I did a show once. And I don't know why this came, well, I can tell you why it came to mind. It's the way I just phrased that. You don't grow from, right? So I was doing this show, in 2006. And there was this character in the show who was fairly neurotic. The character was neurotic, and there was another character in the show who was having an observation of this character, and it was one of my favorite lines in this show because there was something happening, and the one character stood back over here and just went, "You can't grow from crazy." It's just what sparked in my mind. So are you ready today to commit to being a new version of yourself? You know what? It's telling, right? Are you ready today to commit to being a new version of yourself? Yes. Sounds good. All right. Opening myself up to being a new version of myself is exactly what led me here. I've talked about it a little bit, right? I talked about the story that led me to being here at the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto a few weeks ago when I was in Los Angeles. I think I talked about this a few weeks ago after I got back, and if you've heard the story, you're going to hear it again. Things happen at doctorate ceremonies, I've decided, because what the story I'm about to tell you basically led to other people stepping into this very paradigm themselves, and I've watched it happen. Here's what happened. I was on my way to a doctorate ceremony with Reverend Dr. James Mellon. He was Reverend James Mellon at the time, down in Redondo Beach. I was living in Studio City, which is it's actually quite a distance if you're not familiar with how Los Angeles is spread out. It's like a good hour drive, and it's only about 3 miles apart. It's a joke. We were driving down the 405 freeway, and I knew that I was coming to my time where I was going to be going through my intensives to become a licensed minister within the Science of Mind philosophy, within the Centers for Spiritual Living. And I was working as the administrator for my center at the time. I had been working as the administrator for 6 years. And James and I are driving down the road, and I turned to James. I said, James, I'm thinking that knowing that I'm about to come up and become a minister, that I need to let go of the responsibilities of being the administrator for the NoHo Arts Center for New Thought. I said, because as long as I'm living within that paradigm, I'm not actively stepping into what the next unfoldment of my journey is. And then I had a big old caveat. I said, now just so you know, it doesn't mean I'm quitting tonight. I just want you to know, we'll work out a plan, and it's going to be like, And we went to this doctorate ceremony, and some minister there said something that sparked in my mind. I said, this is the moment I have to make the decision. I have to actively step into the unfoldment of myself, into a new paradigm, into a new expression of the self. It is time for me to step up and evolve. And so on the way back, we're driving back from Redondo Beach, back to the San Fernando Valley. And I turned to James and I said, okay, I know that I said I was not going to give you a definite end date, but I've looked at my calendar and boom, boom, is going to be my definite end date. Thank God for smartphones, because I had my calendar on hand. And I had already worked it all out. I'd worked out how many vacation days I still had left. And he was, I think, a little shocked in the moment, but he also knew that this was it. And here's the truth. Had I not done that, had I not stepped into the active unfoldment of my experience, then I guarantee you that when I finished my intensives, went through my oral panel to become a minister, the minute I opened up that letter that said, congratulations, you are a licensed minister, and posted it on Facebook, I would not have gotten the response from the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto that said, congratulations, by the way, we need a new minister. It happened the same day. It happened the same day. That's the energy of life. When we step into the active participation, what we perceive as miracles happen. So here I am, 1997, I fell in love with Toronto. Didn't know how I was going to be here. Didn't have any clue how I was going to be here. What year was that? 2011. 5 years ago, I should know this. 2011, Spirit has finally allowed itself to unfold by means of me because I made a decision that I was going to allow the perfect evolution of an idea by means of me to happen. And so, I've ended up in Toronto. I've seen people take this to heart. So I talked about this at James's doctorate ceremony. There were some people sitting in that audience who have now taken this to heart. Reverend Karen Mitchell made the announcement last week that she is moving on from the Global Truth Center, which is the former NoHo Art Center for New Thought. So here, she heard me talk at a doctorate ceremony. She's stepping into her expansive evolutionary ministry. Connie Milner, who was the administrator at that center, made the decision that night that she was ready to move on to what her next thing was. James hates me. He's never going to ask me back. He's going to say, if you speak and people quit, I'm done. Here's the thing. Many of you know Reverend Rita Andriello. She and I were cohorts. We went through ministerial studies together. She and her husband moved to Kauai to open the Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. And because I was telling her, I was recounting this idea, and she said, you know what? Because you made that decision when you did, that gave me the impetus to step into what I needed to step into, which was to quit the job she had had at the time, which she was not very happy doing. This was not when she was at the NoHo. This was before that. But anyway, here's what it all comes down to. What the heck are you waiting for? Shorty don't wait. What the heck are you waiting for? The time is now. Live the infinite potential for what you can do and be right here, right now. This is living life to the fullest. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? If you're living in fear, let it go. Let it go. That is done by making the decision to let it go, to surrender to the greatness that you are, because you are, each and every one of you, you are spiritual giants, because you are the very embodiment of spirit and nothing else. That's the truth, and that's what I'm here to say today. Namaste. Woo! Whew. I'm going to invite us all to take out whatever it is we are offering the center today in terms of a financial contribution. Our tithe, our investment in our center, allowing ourselves to go to that fullness and recognition of the infinite whole that is embodied by this thing we call money, which is simply an expression of the divine. For if there is nothing but the divine, this too is an expression of the divine. And I hold my Step Up card in my hand because this is how I choose. I choose to give by pre-authorized giving. And so this is my representation that I give on a consistent basis to this center, knowing that the work of this center does great things in this world. Let's acknowledge together the divine givingness affirmation, which is on your song sheets, as we hold this for ourselves. Here we go. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that spirit is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. Yes, it does. We're going to sing I Love, this great Pierre Gautreau original song, as the baskets go around. Feel free to dance.
I live, I breathe, I give, I receive, I laugh, I love, I'm a part of what's here, what has been, what's still to be seen. I laugh, I love. I'm a part of what's here, what has been, what's still to be seen. I live, I breathe, I love, love, love. I live, I breathe, I love.
Brett, if you would please do a blessing over this offering.
Yes, right here, right now, in these baskets is energy of love, of infinite possibilities, of unbridled love and energy that flows. This is the flow that helps this center. It helps this city, this country, this world. The intention in this is love energy. And I trust and know that board members and the ministers of this center are reaching out, and that everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be, as ordained by the limitless love. I'm grateful for these givings, grateful for these truths. And I release this to the law of mind, knowing that it is done. And together we say, and so it is.
I live, I breathe, I give, I receive. I laugh, I love. I'm a part of what's here, what has been, what's still to be seen. I live, I breathe, I love, love, love. I live, I breathe, I love. I live, I breathe, I love.
All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. In your packet that was handed out this morning, you may have seen a card for prayer during the service. If you would like to submit your card, Carol is going to go around and pick those up now. Yes, and Lori has pens if you have not had a moment to fill it out yet. So this is the way it works. We've started this a few weeks ago. Fill out your request. We're going to pray over that during the service here this morning. I will then pray over them myself individually, one by one, during the week, and know that your intention for healing is done by you placing your request onto this piece of paper. And I do know that we have a success story. Can I share? It's okay if you don't want me to. Okay, so Women Terry had a request 2 weeks ago that their house would sell at a price beyond their expectation, and it would sell in a very timely, a quick manner. They submitted that request on Sunday. I prayed over it on Monday. Their house was sold on Wednesday. So this stuff works. That's what I'm here to say. Helen, would you like to come up and let us know what's happening here at the center while they're filling them out?
My nickname used to be Spicy. I think it's now Shorty. Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you to everyone. No one looking at a particular person who happens to be bent over right now. To say thank you for filling out your stewardship form. And we ask of you, you have your stewardship form in your program. This helps us budget for 2017. We need them in by Wednesday, November 30th. So please take the time to do that. Our giving tree has been giving and giving and giving. Thank you to everyone who took a tag and purchased some things for the Red Door. We do need to have all of the gifts in by Sunday, December 11th. So please make sure you bring them back into the center, and we will deliver them to the Red Door that following week. And then you will also see on the front of your program here information about our holiday gala, which is on Thursday, December 15th. The doors open at 6:30. And I know what the song list is. I was listening on a conversation between Elvira and Jonathan. It's going to be an incredible show. They're doing lots of jazz standards, some Christmas songs, some obscure Christmas songs, and they're going to have a lot of fun doing it. And we have jazz pianist and bass player as well, who is accompanying them for the evening. So please get your tickets. You can get them at the bookstore. You can also buy them online. There are also a few packages left to purchase where you get a discounted price for the tickets if that works for you as well. But make sure you get your tickets. It's going to be a really fun evening. And I think that's it for now.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Back to you. Healing Circle.
What is it? We haven't put that on the calendar. I mean, it's on the calendar. I just don't remember. When is it?
It's supposed to be Thursday night.
This coming Thursday?
December the 8th.
So it's a week from Thursday.
Oh, it's a week from Thursday,
Okay.
December the 8th.
I was like,
we
but
didn't have it on
I know
there.
I've got something booked on Thursday that is not the
I
Healing
know,
Circle.
me too. So December 8th will be a healing circle here at the center. It's held upstairs, and you can come and just sit and bathe in the energy of prayer from our practitioners.
Yes.
And that's free for everyone.
Yeah.
And that will be at 7 o'clock.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Someone
that's it.
asked about Christmas Day.
Oh, yeah, we should probably start letting you know what's going to happen.
Oh, yes.
Christmas Day falls on a Sunday this year. How many of you want, I'm telling you, I don't want to be here on a Sunday if it's Christmas morning. I want to be home snuggled up and maybe opening some nice gifts and enjoying the morning. So how many of you want to be here on a Sunday, December 25th?
Stephen does.
So you're out of luck. We will not be having Sunday morning celebration on Christmas Day. What we are going to do instead that particular week is we are going to have an actual Taizé service, a meditative candlelight Taizé service on the 23rd, which is the Friday night. And what time do we decide we're going to start that? Yeah, I think it's 6 o'clock. You know what? It's going to be in the announcements sheet for next week. I'm sorry that I don't know off the top of my head. But we'll be doing a Friday night service on the 23rd of December, and there will be no morning service on the 25th of December. So we're starting to put that word out there, and we trust you will all join us for it. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful night. I'm really looking forward to that. So, Carol, if you would please join us up here. What I'm also going to ask is that all the practitioners and ministers who are in the room, please stand and add your consciousness to this experience of healing that we are engaging in right here in this moment. And so, if you would please, I'll hold on to this. Oh, you do need a mic, yes. Well, you're not loud enough probably to have my father hear you in Southern California, so
Okay. So
mic helps.
let's just take a deep breath and relax. Relax into the knowing that there is only ever one infinite divine being, the source of all creation, the power behind all that is. And we are one with this magnificent being. We are one with all that is. And whatever it can do, we can do. Whatever it is, we are. And whatever it knows, we know. And I know with certainty right here, right now, these requests, these desires, the intentions in this basket are already done in the mind of God. As Spirit flows through each and every one of us, it knows only to say yes. We are co-creators in our life, and anything is possible. It is done. And I am so grateful for the love and support of this community. I am grateful for knowing that there is only one. And as I release these words into the law, I do so with confidence, knowing it is complete and everything is unfolding with divine perfection. I release, I let go, and together we say, and so it is.
Thank you. Thank you. The healing is done. Our I'm going to pass by you. Coming over here because, okay. The song that we're going to do in benediction today is a reminder for each and every one of us to step into that 2.0 system of life. We let go of the past, walk away from the past, step into the new. Take a breath. We are born anew right here in this moment, as we are in every moment. This is the truth. And we simply allow it to unfold in complete perfection. We simply allow the perfect evolution of spirit here and now.
Every morning, the light keeps getting brighter as I wake up to the truth. And every day, I'm feeling so much lighter, and the world seems fresh and new. What I was taught and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Each day I start anew, and so I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away.
Every morning brings a new beginning. By grace, another day to be. I awaken to the sun upon me shining, lighting the way for me to see. Things that I sought and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Of yesterday I'm letting go. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the last land that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. In this moment, I choose to walk away from that which no longer works. letting go of the past that has held me down. And I step into the new, the evolution of spirit by means of me. I step into the fullness of love embodied and expressed by me. And I trust we all do this in our own perfect, unique, individualized way, each and every one of us. For we are the very presence and power of love. We are the very presence and power of God. We are the very presence and power of a divine resource that is unlimited, unfolding, infinite, expansive. This is who we are. And so right here, right now, I claim for each and every one of us that something new is born in this moment. Some new idea that leads to the deepest, most harmonious expression of life. Today I choose joy. I choose love. I choose life. I live this and I trust this. I'm living right now the new system 2.0 right now. And for this I live in eternal gratitude for the understanding of this deepest sense of spirit unfolding by means of each and every one of us. I am in gratitude. I allow my beingness to be filled with that energy of gratitude. And I'm specifically grateful today for everyone who has stepped up to make this experience of celebration the perfect experience it is. I am grateful to our board members, Lynette and Karen. Grateful to our greeters, Lucy and Rebecca, Marg in the bookstore. I'm grateful to Lori for setting up. I'm grateful to Mira for cleaning up. So grateful for Brendan on our sound, Jim on our webcast. Grateful to the entire music team, the Queen Street Band. I mean, in eternal gratitude for Carol, her beautiful meditation this morning, and her high consciousness that she brings to every aspect of her life. And I'm grateful for the great wisdom shared with us today by Fred. I live in eternal gratitude. And in this gratitude, I simply release, let go, and allow the perfect unfoldment of life here and now, as together we say, and so it is. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the last land that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Today is the day I walk away. All right, we're going to kick it into the street with I Choose Joy. Feel free to stand up and dance. Tell us, Tanis,
When the walls come tumbling down,
what do you do?
I choose joy.
Me too.
I choose joy.
Yeah.
When the world stops spinning around, I choose joy.
Sounds good.
I choose joy. Yeah. When my heart is hard to move, when my music's lost the groove,
Hate when that happens.
when I have too much to prove,
What do you do?
I choose joy. I choose joy. When hate is all I see, I choose joy. I choose joy. When fear won't let me be, I choose joy. I choose joy. When betrayal and lies hides the light from my eyes, I look up to the skies and I choose joy. I choose joy. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. In this moment right here, I choose joy. I choose joy. For the ones that I hold dear, I choose joy. I choose joy. To be who I must be, for the light to shine in me, for everybody to be free. I choose joy. I choose joy. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Find the stable ground, peace and hope abound. I hear the sweetest sound, the chains have come unbound. Love is all around when I choose joy. In this moment right here, I choose joy. I choose joy. For the ones that I hold dear, I choose joy. I choose joy. To be who I must be, for the light to shine in me, for everybody to be free. I choose joy. I choose joy. And everybody will be free when I choose joy. 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 I choose joy.
Have a great week, everyone.